It doesn't matter how long you've been doing this, who trained you, or how well rehearsed you are. Sooner or later, you will botch in the ring. When it invariably happens, I think there are 4 things you gotta do, and I'm going over 3 of them next. I'm Mike Quackenbush. This is Till We Make It. And here on my channel, I make videos for professional wrestlers at every single stage of their careers. So, whether you're preparing for your first day of training or preparing for that last big run, I got you covered right here on Till We Make It. Today, let us confront the unfortunate reality of botching. When attempting something as demanding and as risky as performing live combat theater or sports entertainment, the reality is not everything will go as planned. Unfortunately, when it comes to blowing a spot, making a mistake in the ring, or just out and out botching a move, I'm embarrassed to report there are enough clips from my own matches in Botchamania compilations to choke a camel. So I have some experience, and I think that when this occurs, there are 4 things you gotta do. And the first is, you're gonna take a moment for yourself. And regardless of how your match is assembled, you're gonna need that moment. Here's why. If your match is being assembled on the fly, that is to say, it is being improvised in the moment, you're gonna need to take that moment for yourself to think of a new spot and call that to your opponent. However, if your match was assembled in advance, that is to say that the spots have already been called, you're gonna need that moment to delete that from the running order of the match and move ahead to the next spot. So no matter which recalibration you need, you're gonna need a moment to do it. The second thing you've got to do when a botch occurs is assess whether or not the audience knows it. And if the audience is well aware that a botch has just happened in the ring, I want you to know it's perfectly acceptable to acknowledge that to the audience. When you do, you allow them to be part of the moment with you rather than standing outside of it, commenting on that moment. I'm of this opinion. A babyface's acknowledgement of a botch happening in the ring needs to be cheeky and fun, whereas a heel's reaction needs to be a little more temperamental. This third one is rather important, so listen carefully. If a botch occurs in the ring, do not make a second attempt at the spot or the move. You need to change course and move away from what was going on as quickly as you possibly can, unless you are given explicit directions to repeat the move or spot by a member of the production team. You know, I didn't think we were gonna do this last one, but I guess we have time. The 4th thing I think you've got to do when a botch occurs in the ring, it takes place after the match. You need to do an evaluation of what took place and see if you can't figure out why the botch happened in the first place. And then synthesize that information and course correct for future performances. I'll give you an example from my own career. Twice, I was unable to make the leap into a springboard. I would get close, but I didn't have enough height to land on the top rope. And after evaluating that, what I discovered was the knee pads that I was wearing were too bulky. They weren't allowing me to bend enough to make the leap. And as soon as I removed those bulky knee pads from the equation, I was able to make the leap back to the top rope. So I synthesized what I learned, course corrected, and made sure that did not repeat in future performances. Each and every time you head to the ring, you need to be a smarter performer than the last time you slid between the ropes. And for that to always be true, you've got to be able to go back and review your past performances. If you'd like to learn how to self-critique your matches, well, I've probably got a video around here somewhere on that very topic. I've got something special happening on my Patreon just through the end of the year. If you join at the Master tier, I will do a personalized review of one of your matches so that you can continue to hone your craft.